This next story is going to absolutely blow your mind. This is Jennifer Welch from the I've Had It podcast talking about the fact that Trump knows about aliens and has possibly met them.
Donald Trumpkins, you must take it. It is very good.
All right. FBI Director Cash Money Cha-Ching Ching, the most unqualified dipshit. In literally so many options as to who is the most unqualified dipshit in the Trump regime. He's making an attempt to distract from his failures on the job by teasing the release of information about, drumroll, aliens. Let's play the clip.
That there would be life on other planets that may be visited here that would not at all shock or surprise me. Have you ever looked into it?
We're looking at it. Here's the thing. Again,
okay, I want all the details.
Here's the thing. Every other president before President Trump could have said, hey, let's look at that and get the American people the information. What did he do? He stood up an interagency process with Department of War leading that effort to get out the documentation related to everything that you're talking about, not just from the FBI, from the IC and everywhere else. And so what do? We already delivered our first tranche of information to that committee, and they're going to be publicly releasing this information very soon.
Guess what, guys? I know you're unemployed. If you have a job at all, you're probably making minimum wage. But guess what? We're going to show you aliens. How about, does that sound good to you? We're going to show you aliens. It reminds me of that stupid-ass comedian Disease and Sorry.
I know what in that tweet now. I could never figure it out. So Kash Patel tweeted about Alexis, his girlfriend, being a country music sensation, and that she has done more for this country than most Americans have in 10 lifetimes. After seeing that clip of Director Patel with Sean Hannity, I know that her patriotism is the fact that she's fucking cash so that no other American has to. That's what she's doing for this country. And this comes after all of this fluffing up all this alien stuff. This is really interesting, you guys. It comes after some evangelical pastors made startling claims about the government convening them in a secret meeting to share. Let's pop this up. Perry Stone, a well-known evangelist, author, and Bible teacher from Tennessee, warned that fellow pastors were recently invited to a secret meeting with U.S. intelligence officials to prepare for the release of secret files on extraterrestrials. According to Stone, the officials warned a small group of pastors with a large reach in the Christian community that the government was about to release reports and possibly videos of aliens and spacecraft, which were not from this planet. So this is a really interesting development that the government feels that they need to go to evangelical religiously. These are basically megachurch people, because these are the rapture preppers. These are the people that are prepping for the rapture. These are the same people that Pete Hegseth is. These are the same people that all of the triple Trumpers are. And here's some of what he warned his followers about. Let's play the clip.
What they're about to release, from what we're hearing, there's going to be a release concerning aliens and concerning unidentified flying object spacecraft, that some of the people who were in the meeting were telling us as pastors, you need to prepare your people and you need to get ready to answer them for what you're about to hear being released. And some of it has to do with crafts that have been discovered that are not allegedly a part of our planet, and the materials they're made of are not a part of our planet. Very strange reptilian-looking creatures and other things that almost sound like something out of a sci-fi movie or an Orson Welles book.
As things improved and the city grew, my power soared.
Crossplay, now available.
Okay. So here's what's so terrifying to me. Are there UFOs, aliens? I don't know. I don't care. What's so terrifying to me is that the Trump administration, you know, they have that spiritual advisor, Paula White, who does all the tongue talking and literal Bible thumping. Like she takes her Bible and she's like, handle it, handle it, handle it. She's like, we all have to agree with Donald Trump. How cozy the executive branch is with this guy who's so batshit crazy. Pop up his backdrop, Kylie. You have like an alien that's being sucked up here. This guy is one phone call away from the White House. I mean, what are we doing here? Like, what's going on? It's just insane. None of this insanity would be going on if there were any form of resistance from a variety of groups. And the main group that I'm wanting to hold accountable, besides the Democrats, which I've been on them for a long time lately, I'm really shifting gears right now to the billionaire bedwetters. And these billionaire bedwetters have a customer base in the United States population, and they have a system here in the United States of America that has allowed for their existence, allowed for them to not pay taxes when the rest of us have to. And these billionaires, at the same time that the system has been fundamentally rigged for them to be the aforementioned billionaires, they're aggrieved. And I said a few episodes ago to Pumps, I said, you know, these billionaires walk around like they're, you know, black men in the 1950s trying to manage segregation. They act like, you know, everybody's aligned against them. Well, I'll be goddamned. This billionaire just said this, pop this up. Real estate titan compares tax the rich slogan to racial slurs. I mean, are you kidding me? And then here's a quote from that. His name is Stephen Roth. He says, I must say that I consider the phrase tax the rich, quote, tax the rich, when spit out with anger and contempt by politicians both here and across the country, to be just as hateful as some disgusting racial slurs. And even the phrase, from the river to the sea, Roth said, referring to the controversial rallying cry used by pro-Palestinian activists during a Tuesday earnings call. And what I have to say to him is BOOHOO, boo-hoo.